This was just a test shot for an idea that I think might work for Brawl. So, here is a Brawl 2 menu? Yeah. Brawl 2 menu. I can't even say it. Forget it. We're not doing this. Alright, so it is Sunday. The announcement was yesterday. So, let me tell you what I am working on. So, I am again going with like a medieval high fantasy mystical thing. I don't know why, but I just really like doing stuff in that time period and kind of being able to really make my own world. I think it looks good that way, but I did this in fact for the first time ever, and I don't think I'll ever do anything different. So whenever I'm building a set now, this is how I build the walls. Put some plates down and just build around like this. That way, if I want to get a certain camera angle, all I need to do is literally just take off the walls, take off the set pieces, and move around freely. I don't know why I haven't done this in the almost, what am I, 28? So in almost 20 years of me doing this, I have never done that. So anyway, this is, I thought I was going to continue with the sword bearer storyline, but it's the same universe. These are our two tentative, and they'll probably stay the way, tentative people, main characters. So I'm really going for control. Control is one of those things where I feel like you can do a lot more than you think you can, and I'll explain that over audio just because I wanna keep working. So the premise of this film is basically two people who live out in the woods are getting ready to basically go out for the day, but Annabelle wants to go off alone, but Matthias does not want her to because of the skeletal wraiths. They just have been, taking over or taking back some of the spots in the woods, but they haven't been this close in over 100 years. So basically where the control aspect comes in is that these skeletal wraiths basically turn regular people into essentially zombies. That's basically what I kind of was going for, and by that, the control aspect of it is Annabelle loses her control to be a person. It's taken from her by the wraiths, and then Matthias at the end, tries to get her to remember, trying to come back and rip herself from the skeletal matriarch's power, but in the end, she has no control. She lost it. What little power she had is gone. And so that is where the interpretation for the theme for me came in. And I had a couple people that I sent the film to, and they were like, what's the point of it? And you kind of went off the deep end when you have people asking that. But I like it. I like working on stuff like that. I think it's interesting. I try to be as cinematic as possible, and I think that kind of shows in here. But there is the premise for Control. This is a janky lighting setup right now. So I've got a light shooting into the background to just illuminate the blue a little bit, and then I have this in the background. This looks really bad, and like you're thinking, Austin, what the fuck? It makes sense in the actual context of the shot. And then we have the actual setup in here, which isn't bad, but we're trying to figure out if we want to sacrifice the way. So see how the light is just like purplish a little bit? Well, we were having issues with how the light looks in here. So if you go to like the green, see how it just looks like a gross green? So we're trying to figure out what light cancels it out. But if we do that, like if we use a more like purpley hue, it does change the whole rest of the set color. And I'm not sure if I like that. So we're gonna figure it out. But it's just about 10 a.m. so on the first day, so I feel like progress is fine right now. But we will start. I will start shooting. The wife is helping me compose the shots. I think I'll start filming here soon, but I gotta figure out this lighting situation first. All right, we're at 28 seconds. I like it. It's not like, I'm not showing it here because it's not my favorite. Not gonna lie, there's some really good shots here. I just hope the audio works with what I want to do. Alrighty, it is Monday. So we had, I think, 28 seconds since Sunday. Like Sunday we did 28 seconds. And if I'm being honest, part of me wants to go back and reshoot at least 10 of those seconds. So we'll see what happens, but we're just gonna keep chugging along. So right now, since I do not have the skeleton heads that I need for the rest of the film, I am working on the opening shots. Now, if you've been in the brick film community for at least a decade, you might know who Forlorn Creature is. He did a really great opening shot for his Lego Minecraft Creepers series, and I wanted to do something similar, though I will not be doing a rising sun. It's still the morning, but I will not be doing a rising sun. So what I have here, I'm struggling with forced perspective right now, so we'll see how this all ends up, looking. So right now, I have this setup. Pretty bare, right? But if I take you over to the camera, this is not in focus or anything like that. So this is what it looks like currently. Not great, right? So I need to, I'm gonna plug in the softbox. Anyway, I have a softbox here. I just need one, I think. I turn this on. This will make everything, obviously it's that much brighter. And if I take you over here, look how much better that looks. Now, the problem that I'm running into is, like, if I take a test shot, just for fun here, this kind of looks pretty good as far as like forced perspective. Like the trees in the background are blurrier, you can't see a whole lot. The letterbox I think is going to cut out most of the green that's here in the front. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to put something there or not, so TBD, but this is partially how the shot will look. Because I think what I'm going to put here is clouds, and then I'm going to put the name right here. So we're going to work on the opening shot today. And just in case you wanted a little bit of, how I'm doing this. So again, softbox here, and then down under the table is just a lamp that I literally have pointing up on the wall and bouncing up into the background. And that's what we get. So we'll see how this works, but I have a lot to work on right now, but we will see. All right, some work in progress stuff. I was just seeing how everything fit. So I'll show you this because why not? So comes out a little bit. You can see the water in the background. Bang, owl. That's pretty much that. Okay. Nope, no more of that. Okay. You know what? Whatever. So this ended up being bad, and I'm not going to keep it. Jeez, so much stuff is happening. Anyway, not going to keep that. But back over here. This is how I film. Messes everywhere because all I need to do is focus on what the camera sees. But I'm sure some of you guys have thought this in your own films, probably, if you work, do a lot of outside work. Using a green base plate as the base for your, greenery is trash. It is. It's trash. It looks ugly. It looks cheap. Not anymore. Not this time, for the most part. So I'm making these little plates here, right? And I'm going to just put this here, right? And I'm going to put this right here. This is gonna set down so the grass and everything, things look a little bit different. But yeah, so this is gonna look a lot better. I promise. All right, this is the set waterfall back there, okay? Very small. Look how unorganized my desk is. This is how I work. Leave me alone. Okay, so look at this. So this is what we're looking at here, okay? So what I'm trying to go for is like a sunrise type thing. But my only problem is, like, see back there behind the yellow, the flower, that's the brick stuff light, like bouncing off the waterfall. So I gotta see how this will work, but hopefully it comes out good. Okay, so it's the next day. This is Tuesday, and this actually came out pretty well. So this was a lot of forced perspective here. Like, this is the opening shot, or the last like shot of the opening scene, and it looks like crap, but I have really enjoyed experimenting with using as little as possible for my sets. Like, it won't look like it's just this in the film, and this won't look like just this. And I think that's a cool thing. I think that's awesome. But anyway, what we're doing today to keep on schedule is one of our protagonists walk through the woods before getting spotted by the evil skeletal wraiths. So we have to basically fill this entire base plate of, like, greenery and not remove all this, but add green texture to it. Because what did I say in the last, like, snippet? No more of this nonsense if I can help it. So we're gonna put that together. We are about to start animation for the first time on this set. So this is what it ends up looking like, at least for the type of shot that I have. So I only need this much. Camera's not gonna see that much. So if I go over here, this is the live view. She's gonna walk down like this. Looks a lot better. But what I couldn't figure out, truthfully, guys, is the white balance. So I have this, like, yes, that's pretty good, but the greens are so green. It just, I don't know. I feel like I could just go with fluorescent here and then fix it in post. So I think we're gonna do that because there's just so much green on this. I don't know if I like it. So we're gonna try that. But animation time. So there's a couple things. I don't know what's going on with my voice there. Sorry. There's a couple things I want to show you. One is this crazy light setup for the evening shot. We are on the home stretch. We are in basically the final scene, filming out of order. I decided to make better use of time is to film all of the shots I wanted of Annabelle all at once, and then do all the shots of Matthias at the end all at once. So we're basically finishing up with Annabelle. This is the shot. Brick stuff lights, that's what's lighting all of this. Regular hue light here with a softbox filter on it. And then, again, similarly to the Forlorn Creature lighting scheme I discussed earlier, I have a red light bouncing up at the blue background, and you have this beautiful sunset look. Now, that's not what I wanted to show you, though, okay? So, that sweet composition, okay? Like, this is cool, okay? That wasn't even the shot that I was just working on. So I'm gonna actually go back a few so you guys can see what I have planned here. Okay, so we're back here, frame 27. All right, look at this. Ooh, she's remembering. She's trying to fight, but she loses control. This is all done like frame by frame. Like, this isn't just duplicate frames. I realized it could have been better if I just did duplicate frames, but I wanted to do it myself. So we have this. I cannot wait for this to be done. I cannot wait, not just because I am really, my patience is being tested, and I'm also just excited for you all to see everything. So I basically stopped recording BTS because I just was getting so locked in towards the end and I wanted the film to be done. So it kind of ends at this abrupt point, but I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes. Sorry it took like 3 months for this to come out. I just was doing other things. So if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff in future projects, let me know in the comments. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one.